And joining us now is Mr. Atul Kumar Goel, the MD and Chief Executive Officer at Punjab National Bank. Namaste, Mr. Goel. A very warm welcome to you, sir. And just let me brief our viewers with the numbers that have come in from PNB. They are fantastic both on the bottom line and the top line. Net profit for the second quarter is up a whopping 145% to 4,303 crores year on year, and the net interest income rose 6% in the second quarter to 10,517 crores versus 9,923 crores. We'll be discussing other numbers, but Mr. Goel, a fantastic performance. Please explain to our viewers how did this 145% appreciation in the profit after tax happen? What contributed?
Thank you very much. It is the result of the hard work of the each and every employee of the bank also, and there is a all round performance. If you see the business growth also, there is a 12%, more than 12% growth in the credit. There is a good growth in the deposit also. Even the saving bank growth and the current account growth, that is also positive. And more focus in the RAM advance and the recovery as well as in the slippage containment also. If you see the this quarter, the recovery was more than 4,800, where the slippage was less than 2,200. So recovery was double. On account of this, credit cost has reduced drastically. Last quarter, credit cost was 0.34, which has reduced to only 8 basis point, 0.08. So this was the one reason for the increase in the profitability of the bank. So all round there is a effort of the collective effort of each and every segment.
Okay. Mr. Goel, there has also been a dramatic improvement in the retail credit. That's also gone up substantially. And somewhere in the last month, the PNB also did a wonderful QIP of 5,000 crores, which was oversubscribed by 16.6 times. Mr. Goel, can you tell us about the kind of new investors that you welcomed into PNB, and what do you intend to do with this 5,000 crores?
If 5,000 crore rupees is a growth capital, for the purpose of the growth capital, because if you see the although capital adequacy ratio was comfortable for the June quarter, but we want to increase more than 16%. So on account of this 5,000 crore rupees, our the capital adequacy ratio has increased to 16,000. That is the first time in the history of the Punjab National Bank we have crossed the capital adequacy more than 60%. Otherwise, it remained between 15 to 60%. So purpose of this capital for the growth capital, so we can do the growth in the advances. As far as your key, how many investors, there was a investor from the foreign investor also, there is a participation from the insurance company, and there was a participation from the mutual fund also.
Okay, let's look at the liability side of the balance sheet, Mr. Goel. Can you please explain to our viewers what was the growth in CASA, which is current account and savings account, as also what has been the retail credit growth?
Okay, and then if you see the total growth in the deposit is more than 11%. And particularly your question regarding the saving bank and the current account also, there is also a positive growth of 3.7% in the saving bank account and 1.6% in the current account also. So there is a growth in the both the segment. So what we are doing, we are having 10,000 branches. We are giving more focus on the CASA. CASA means current account of the saving bank. Even we are giving the more focus on the retail deposit. The retail deposit, there is also a good growth. We are having 10,000 branches. We last year we have opened more than 1 crore account. 1.06 crore account we have opened. Even the first half of the current financial year, we have opened more than 60 lakh account, and we have provided tab to each and every branch. After providing tab, the process for the account opening has become very easy, and the time for opening of the account has been reduced. Sometimes it was taking 5 days, 10 days, or the 2 days, 3 days. So very same day it can be opened. Even for the penetration for the current account also, which was the weak area in my opinion, 2.16 account, 16 lakh account we have opened last year, and in this first half we have already opened 1.21. So what we have done, we have provided the corporate mobile app, which was not. Last month we have launched the corporate mobile app, and after this launch of the corporate mobile app, we are hopeful that current account penetration will be increased, and 19,000 account we have already opened after this launch of the corporate mobile app.
Okay, Mr. Goel, let's look at the retail growth in credit, which is about 14.6% year on year to 2.5 lakh crores. Where exactly has fresh demand come in?
Basically, the main product in the retail is the home loan. Home loan, may if you see, growth is 19%. Although growth in the retail is 14.62, but growth in the home is the 90%. Even the growth in the vehicle 25%. And we are monitoring the delinquency, etc. Both are doing very good. Even there is some demand in the education loan also.
Okay, so this is on the retail side. How about corporates? Which part of your corporate lending book has shown growth? Could you also please share the percentage rise year on year in growth for corporates?
Corporate may it is also in the range of the 10 to 11%, and the demand from the corporate side is first they are also started utilizing their working capital limit which they were not using earlier. Even as of date, I am having the around 1 trillion book which we have sanctioned. They have to utilize. The demand is from the road sector also. There is a lot of demand from the road sector. There is a demand from the NBFCs also. And third is coming from the renewable energy and the solar as well as the wind energy also. So we are finding this three area, although the demand in the other small industry, but basically three sector is very demanding nowadays.
Let's look at the problems on the balance sheet, Mr. Goel. There's been a dramatic improvement in the gross non-performing assets. They've decreased very sharply to now just 4.48% of advances. About 17,981 crores is what that was recovered. Could you comment on the forward trajectory of GNPAs from now on?
Actually, at the beginning of the year, we have given the guidance that our gross NPA will be less than 5% by March 2025. But in June 24 itself, we have reached 4.98. So we have revised our guidelines that it will be less than 4%. Now our gross NPA in September is 4.48. Even you see the quarter by quarter, easily 50 basis points is reduction. So now we are further revising our guidelines ki it will be around 3.5 to 3.75 instead of the 4%. Because the target for the recovery was 19,000 crore rupees. In this particular quarter, the recovery was 4,800, and in the last quarter it was 3,200. So if you will make the total of the both, so recovery in the around 8,000 crore rupees in the first quarter, and we are hopeful to achieve the 18,000 target which we have
Oh,
made.
so full year GNPA will be around 3.5%, you're saying?
No, 3.52. The guidance was revised 5 to 4%,
Yeah,
because 4.48 as on date. So we are revising the guidance ki by the end of the current financial year, it will be within the range of 3.5 to 3.75.
correct. Let's look at some other parts of the business, Mr. Goel. What is the branch expansion that you have in mind for the second half of the fiscal financial year ending March 2025?
The whole of the year, 150 branches we have to open, and last year we have opened 90 branches. Out of the 90 branches, 40 branch was in the south side also. So as on date also, because we are having the less presence in the south, so the most of the branches we will open in the south side.
Okay, 150 was the target for FY25. How many are already in place?
Around 30 to 35 branches we have already opened. Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at the net NPA as well. That has also decreased fairly substantially. You've recovered 8,440 crores this quarter, and the number now stands at 0.46%. Is there a trajectory that you can share for the next two quarters?
I think it is a very reasonable number. 0.46 is a very reasonable number. We have given the guidance of the zero point 0.5. So I think that will remain same, because there is no further benefit to reduce this number also, because if you were required to make the more provision, because if you see my net NPA number is the within the range of the 4,500 plus. So if you will make provision, so it will become further reduced. So there is no further benefit. Even we have made 350 crore rupees floating provision in this quarter. And if you say the cumulative provision is the 500 crore rupees for the floating provision.
Okay. You are indeed in a very nice spot, Mr. Goel, as far as gross and net non-performing assets are concerned, I'm sure with the kind of retail credit growth that you are seeing, I'm sure this number will decrease substantially. Mr.
Yeah.
Goel, let's look at this fight for fixed deposits that's happening in the market. A lot of complaints and some very, how should I say, correct saying that fixed deposit holders are now preferring putting money in the market compared with the fixed deposit. What has been your experience? Is this more a rumor or is there some truth to it?
नहीं देखिए, that is the choice of the customer. Because there is a different type of the customer. Some they want to invest in the area where they can make the more money, because if they are investing in the fixed deposit, their return is fixed. If the youngster, if they want to make more money also, the other avenues is also, that is up to them whether they want to invest in the mutual fund and the equity, etc. That is the high risk. So, but deposit is available. Deposit is costly. What I'm trying to tell you, we are not in the very much race of the bulk deposit. We want to increase the CASA deposit and the retail deposit, because we are having, as I told you earlier, we are having more than 10,000 branches and customer base is around 20 crore rupees. So we are giving how we can further improve the customer service so we can increase the CASA.
Okay. Mr. Goel, what has been the bond portfolio holding of PNB? The reason why I ask is that over the next 6 months or so, you will see a cut in interest rates, which will improve your treasury income. What is your own estimate of the potential rate cut? When do you see that happening?
देखिए, it is very difficult to predict also कि when the rate cut will become. It is the regulator has to take the call based on the certain what is the inflation, what is the GDP, etc. also. So because if you see the global, the Fed has already cut the rate 50 basis point. Even the European Bank, they have also cut the rate thrice. So because rate has already deposited has already been reached on the peak. So I, in my opinion, maybe another 5 to 6 months we can see. It is my just guess कि we may see कि there may be a rate cut also. So as on date we are having the around 4,70,000 total book for the investment, which is around 75% is the SLR book. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say about 4 lakh crores is in SLR. How much profit will you make extra if there is a 25 basis rate cut?
ये because the duration is, देखिए duration is around less than 4 also. If तो
Yes.
if there will be around 1% 25 basis point, तो 25 multiplied by 4, तो 1% should be there, because but depends कि
Okay.
particular, it is a calculation method, but you have to see कि advantage you have whether there is as well as there is a depreciation on the valuation also. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's hope 1,000 crore rupees per quarter is what Mr. Goel will rake in if there is a 25 basis rate cut by the Reserve Bank of India on his treasury income
नहीं,
only.
actually, if you see देखिए, I am very honest to you. If you see the last quarter, 7,600, 7,762 crore rupees, 762 was the profit, and even June it was 325 crore rupees, because it is
Yeah.
a family silver. देखिए, it is a
Yes.
family silver. Even if rate cut is there, if even we are sitting on the yield, then high yielding will give the profit. Then we have to invest in the where we will get the lesser rate return on the investment. So profit we will book, but ultimately it will impact the yield also. So we have to see both the things, कि whether we are in a position to protect the yield as well as the profit also.
Fair point. That's the reason why treasury management is such a
Yeah.
tricky affair. Mr. Goel, this 5,000 crores that you've raised as growth capital, has some of this been deployed already, or the money is yet to come?
No, money has already come. Money has already come. This is the reason our capital adequacy has already increased.
Gone up.
Money has come in the last week of this September. Otherwise, how? Because without receiving the money, you cannot increase the capital adequacy. Money has already been received. Yeah.
And have you deployed some of it?
Naturally, whatever the money, we will not keep the idle money. Yeah.
Okay, fair point. Is there another QIP in the offering this financial year?
And no, because we have got the approval of the board for 7,000 crore rupees, because we were very comfortable as far as the capital
Okay.
adequacy is concerned, so we have then we have decided to raise not more than 5,000 crore rupees. So we have raised. In addition to that, we are having the approval of the board to raise 7,081, 3,000 tier 2. So we will just watch in the current quarter or the next quarter, if rate will be comfortable of our choice, so we can raise some part of the 81.
Okay, fair point. And in terms of guidance, could you also comment on how second half quarterly profit is looking at? Because first half of the financial year has been phenomenal for the bank.
As far as ROA concerned, देखिए ROA we have given the guidance at the beginning 0.8, and if you see the half year, it is around 0.9. So what we are giving the guidance कि our ROA should be within the range of the 0.9 to 1%.
Okay, fair point. And before we let you go, Mr. Goel, my final question to you is on the stock price. Uh, it was a fabulous 2 years for PNB from say 2020 to say mid of 2024. The stock rose from 30 rupees to about 142. Of course, there is some mild profit booking, but by and large, are you happy with the performance of the stock price, or do you feel that the market is not valuing you good?
नहीं अभी देखिए, if you see the last 2 year also, what was the PE ratio etc. Also, because it was undervalued when it was hovering around 32 rupees. So now the market has already recognized it has reached to the 140. As on date, it is around the in the around 95. Today it has more than 102 also. So it depends on the market condition also.
Okay. With that, Mr. Goel, thank you so much for your time, and here's wishing you the very best for the festivities ahead, and of course, the wonderful guidance that you've shown on gross and net non-performing assets, plus branch expansion, and yes, the hopes of a rate cut. Thank you for your
Thank
time,
you, thank
and
you, thank
wishing
you
you all
very
the
much,
best.
and same to you, to your family member also. Thank you.